Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. What's up guys, AllCoinSherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert, do your own research. Today I want to review some Bitcoin high time frame levels. We'll go through the monthly, weekly, and then I'll just scale down. So today we have the monthly. What did we look like? This overall monthly close for November wasn't great. It closed below this key swing low that was established back in June. And if you zoom in a little bit, you can see that clearly there's a monthly close below that wick. With that said, I also want to highlight that there were some other key levels that are still intact. And what I mean by that is this key wick here set in January of 2018 is still intact. If you can see that, if you scroll down, and you can see that price actually closed right at that level. More or less, it closed at that level. The former all-time high is already destroyed. I mean, that's already long gone. The 20K level or whatever, that's obviously lost at this point. And price did break below that key wick established in June 2022. And that's currently where price is at on the monthly level. Where is support? Support would be, in my opinion, this overall monthly close in January of 2018. And you saw that price wicked up in June of 2019. And price still couldn't break that in late October. So this held below for a long time, all of 2017, all of 2018, all of 2019, and most of 2020. Price couldn't break above this 14K level for years. And, sorry, just getting water. So that would be like the next support level, in my opinion, this 14K level. Will price get to that point? I'm not sure. Certainly could. Not really certain where the quote-unquote bottom is. If 14K gets lost, then I would also look for this other level around 12K. That is another level that price had a very hard time breaking. And if you look at it, really, it's a similar timeline. Price wicked up there in March and then again could not break that 12K level until late October. So these are some key monthly levels for support on the way down. And I'll actually mark these with blue so we know they're monthly levels. I used to do this all the time too. I used to just mark all sorts of levels when I was still learning, just so I would remember, what key levels are, and it's still a good habit because generally speaking, the higher time frame levels are going to just be better. They're going to be stronger, is what I'm trying to say. Now, to the upside, if price can break up and go higher, where am I targeting? I would target probably 20K. 20K would be an interesting level, in my opinion, because 20K is obviously a psychological level. And it's close enough to the former all-time high that you don't really need to mark this monthly close. And if things get really insane, then you would check 24K, but that's, it's a really long ways away from something like that. I don't think that we can really, consider 26 or 25K at this point. But, to the upside, if price does break 20K strongly, then I think that you can start looking at some of these wicks and these closes, these monthly closes around 23K to 25K. That would be like my next area up. And that would be like kind of the areas that I would target if 20K does get reclaimed strongly. And yeah, but do I think this is the overall macro bottom? I don't know. It's too hard to really say. I think it's too early. It's too much confusion, too much uncertainty right now. Here on the weekly, what are we looking at here? On the weekly, again, we didn't really see a whole lot last weekly close. These are just, neutral candles overall. They don't really tell us a whole lot, in my opinion. And I think that, personally, I think that the short-term bottom is in, and I think that price is going to go to 18 to 19,000 before any potential new lows. But again, don't really know what that is going to look like after that. Price could, of course, reclaim this 20K level, then potentially go up to 25K. Don't really think that's the case, it's still, everything still looks very bearish in my opinion from high time frame charts. Going something up like 20K or something, and then like just dumping down to 14K, certainly possible. Don't really know. Don't really not sure. Would expect this 20K level though to get tapped eventually, and I do believe that in the short term this is the short term bottom. So like if price were to just go from maybe the 16 to 17K level all the way down to 14K, I would be a little bit surprised personally, just because there's so much of this bulk move that happened from the FTX situation, and if you think about it, I mean that's one of the big players in the space, billions of dollars obviously missing, but price really didn't nuke as big as I would have thought, and that in my opinion that to me tells me that you need some huge event, be it massive contagion liquidation, or all the grayscale going under or something like that. You need something big in order for it to push lower in the short term, in my opinion. Price could eventually get there. Like, don't get me wrong, if S&P 500 looks like shit, then potentially we see like these 14K levels come pretty quick. But I think that in the short to midterm we're going to hit 19 or 18 to 20K. I feel pretty confident about that. Now again, is this the overall macro bottom? I have honestly no idea. I personally doubt it. I'm still targeting 14K area, but like if we start to like see a lot of like chop around this area, and this area continues to hold, then maybe I would consider this being the quote unquote bottom. Like, it's never the bottom because you think it's the bottom. Like generally speaking, the bottom is like you always think it's going to go lower. Like everybody in 2018 thought it was just going to go lower. Even in 2021 in the summer, everybody thought that it was just going to keep going lower. But it ended up being the quote unquote short term bottom in that regard. And then price went to all time highs, and then obviously that was that. But for now, I think that this is just still okay for here. The weekly isn't really showing a whole lot. From a weekly perspective, I wouldn't want to see this overall weekly level around 15.5K level, 15.5K get taken out. But again, that's not really a weekly level. That's just like the wick. It's just a wick. So yeah, I wouldn't really want to see that area get taken out. And we saw it get wicked a little bit below in late November last week. But again, don't really think this is necessarily a weekly level. What does price look like on the daily? Price is still just chopping around, still just consolidating. Price chopped around, as I said, for about a month or so after this big move down. Maybe not quite a month. We saw this the last 3 weeks, I suppose, is a better way of putting it. Last 3 weeks, price just kind of chopped around, didn't do a whole lot. And it did have this nice big move up from 15K at the lows, 15.5K at the lows, and now it's all the way up to 17.2K or so. And now it's pulling back a little bit. I would like to see a little bit more of a pullback and then further continuation up. But again, on the daily, this doesn't really show us a whole lot. If you look to, if price does like eventually start moving up strongly, then I would predict the 200-day EMA to come around the 22K level, and that would be a solid shorting area if that does come. But again, it's a little bit too far away, in my opinion, to really project that. Let's take a look quickly at the 4-hour. The 4-hour, I think, looks pretty interesting. Price is currently at this 200 EMA level, this red line. This red EMA. I think this should be an area of pullback. And again, this blue line is an area of a monthly level. And there's going to be a lot of interaction with that level. It formerly was resistance back in November 14th. And again, it's resistance again. So, what you'd really want to see as a bull is you want to see it reclaim this monthly level, and then further upside up to maybe like 20K. You would have to break down this 200 EMA on the 4-hour, of course. And if you are looking to for some areas of pullback, in my opinion, one area that I would really look for is this I would look for this 4-hour level around 16.5K, 16.6K. This is a level that it held price under for over a week, or just about a week, where price chopped underneath and couldn't break this level. And this to me would be a pretty ideal getting long situation. If price goes to that level, then I expect alts to really pull back just a little bit more. But many alts still look pretty reasonable, in my opinion, for more continuation. So really just keep an eye out on Bitcoin in terms of that. But I do believe that if Bitcoin can continue and break above this 200 EMA on the 4-hour and go into the 18, 19Ks, I think that alts still have another few weeks of good times. After that, sell everything probably and just kind of like really stay vigilant and very fluid. So here's some overall time frames on Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and talk to you guys soon.